So we're starting. I'm going to be going through all this stuff. Let's see what we got going on here.
And then when I got all
What the stupid. YouTube's retarded. All right. So we're testing. I'm also testing streaming because I got a new machine. So we're testing that. So let's go to general here. Bam. All right, so we'll be looking at the markets here. We'll be let's see what we got going on here. We'll start this stream. There we go. So I'm just testing everything out on a new machine. So this is a quasi test stream, but also I want to be streaming tomorrow. So for trading, so I want to make sure we got this set up. All right. So let's put this over here. All right. So let's see where we're at. Should move OBS over here so I can see that. So we're going to be looking at the market here. Anybody has any comments or anything, feel free to leave it in there. We're going to be looking. Let's start with the futures market. So let's see where the NDX ended up last. So it's at the slow momentum check. One of the things we'd probably be looking at here is, why does that show up there? It's at the fast momentum check. So obviously we've got a reaction zone right here, and then we've got a reaction zone right here. It's kind of where we're targeting. So far, the overnight session, what is it doing right now? Let's look at the 5-minute. Overnight session is trying to hold the low. It is in a momentum and bias short environment. So up here, right around 15566, spot 566 is probably where you'd want to be shorting the market. Is what I would highly suggest. So that's one thing I would consider. So I need to change my FPS to 30 FPS. So let me do that real quick. Sorry for anybody. So why can't I change that? Well, I guess I can't change it when I'm actually streaming, which would make sense. Okay. All right. So the next thing that we're looking at here, so obviously we're momentum short. We'd be shorting this market here going into the overnight session. We do have a couple key levels here. So really anything in this zone down to here is shortable. From this range to this range is shortable. All the way up to 15.6 is what I would look at for shortable. Let's see if we're looking at news. What news would we have? I don't have the news up. I don't know what news we have for tomorrow, so that might be something potential to look at to see whether or not the market's setting up for a news event. How do I pause the audio? So let's look at we'll look at Bitcoin next. Bitcoin, well, it is switching over on a 5-minute time frame, trying to actually go out and probably check this level up here right around 30,307. Look at the 60-minute chart. Do have a little bit of room. It is trying to recapture the actual weekly open here on the actual kind of the end of the day here. That's would be a target. So obviously, if you want to trade that, trade might be enveloping right now by a pullback down on the momentum indicators right here, down to here. Obviously, you could buy down to here. You got the VWAP down to here. So really, I'd be looking, if I was trading this, to scale in down to here. Your target is right up here, the weekly open. That's where we do want to take some profit. Pretty easy trade, really simple. Doesn't get any more simpler than that. All right. Sorry, my ear is bothering me. Side effects from my treatment. Let's look at CL. Gold or oil. Oil is kind of in the same. We did earmark our zones a couple weeks ago. Hit our first zone. This would probably still be a sell based on what we see here. If we look at the 4-day, it maybe has some room to go. So really what you're looking at here is a close above up here. Then it's going to go and take out this next level, probably this next level up here. So if we get a close above here, right around 77.18, then most likely 80% it's going to go to 81.57. So that'd be the trade for the week on CL. Look at gold. Let's look at gold. Gold is in a similar situation. The two most important levels on gold are up here, right around 2005-6 and right around 1928. Right now, pullbacks are kind of the key, is what you'd be looking at. We've got a couple zones here. We've got the RDA and the slow momentum that's coming up. So buying a pullback with a test of this zone up here is probably key. It's what I'd be looking for this week. Let's see the next chart. Look at T-bond futures. Really in this range. It's looking to possibly hold this range here and maybe break out. You do kind of see a flag behavior, a flag type pattern here. We do have the RDA up above. So that's a 4-day RDA. That's what I'd be looking for as far as the target. So I'd be looking to be a buyer all in this range, all the way down to here, with a target up to the RDA. Real simple. This is pretty much, I don't really even have to go, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, this is how simple it is to do technical analysis in our trade system. It's this simple. We can look at a chart within 5 to 15 seconds and know exactly what we need to do. Know where the most probable trades are on the long and short side. Let's look at some of the equity market. So we look at Tesla. Tesla is looking like it's going to test the RDA. So we have an RDA test down here. It's where you'd want to be a buyer. As far as where is it going, it did fall short of this key level here. If we look at the 4-day, kind of see where things are. It got close enough, but it's, as far as value range, if you look at the value range here, we got a value range here. It's actually in that value range. I'd look at this as excess. That's how I draw this value range. Let's right at the 50% mark. So buying pullbacks is key, with a test right around here and then a failure, or to the next level. It's either going to fail there or go to the next level. So looks like a long Apple. Well, Apple's on a tear. Look at that. We've already earmarked Apple as far as our key buy areas. Hit our buy area when we planned that out before. Didn't hit our other buy area. We do obviously have a standard support and resistance area here that it might pull back to. And then this is our projected target, which is 220 to 230. NVIDIA, still in this trade. I'll be moving up my stops right above the RDA, right down here, right around 283. If it does break the fast momentum, I'll probably take some off. I don't know how much legs this has, though. It might have a lot of legs. But monthly looks like it's stalling out. Maybe a blow off top. We'll see. Let's see what else we got here. Coin. Our coin trade's doing good. We shared this a long time ago. We go to the ideas. So, for those that are wondering, what the heck, why is it not going to ideas? Okay. There it is. We shared this idea a long time ago. You can see here. Pull back to our zone a couple times, our entry zone. And now we're roughly up, I don't know, from right around 47 to 71, whatever that number is. I don't know what we're up on this trade. Let's see. I think our last scale in was down right around 35. So we're up roughly 170%. Not bad. I have an option strategy. Yes. But I only trade at key times. So I do have an option. Someone did that. Do I have options? Yeah, I trade options. Sometimes when I'm looking at my equity trades, what I do is I will look at the options market and see whether or not that trade can be better expressed within the options market. Usually I'll do a butterfly, I'll do a straddle, or I'll do some, it depends. It all depends. And then I have an option strategy that I do that I watch 23 different tickers. And then out of those 23 different tickers, I have a scan that I look for. And then when one of those tickers gets within a range of that scan, then I trade options on that. So that's how I trade options right now. I just don't have time to really dive into or trade a lot of options just because I day trade, I trade crypto, I trade equities on a swing basis. We'll look at Forex here in a second too. So we're up roughly 107. We're probably on aggregate, we're probably up about 99% on that position on coin. So we'll see if that's going to pull back. It's going to hold momentum. We look at the daily here. It's momentum and bias long. So really, as long as it stays above this zone here, right here. What the heck? Where'd my indicators go? All right, that was dumb. So as long as it stays above this zone here, we'll go to coin again. This zone here, then it's momentum long. Do I use leverage when I swing trade equities? No, I just trade spot. So I could, but it's all about capital allocation for me. So here's the way to look at it. Since I can day trade, then the way I look at it is with spot, it's real simple to do the calculations. With margin, you got to look at your risk parameters a little bit more. So as far as me with capital allocation, I day trade futures, and that's where I put the majority of capital that's where I put capital that I want to put at risk at margin. Instead of trying to do margin on equity trades, I just do straight up spot equity trades. It just makes it much more simpler. Also, there's a few other tax implications as well, why I do it that way. Most of my equity trades, I'm holding anywhere from, I don't know, 7 to 43 days, I think is the longest, is on average, is most of my equity trades. It all depends on the swing in the market, though. Let's look at crypto. BNB trying to hold this lower range here. We're still waiting for this zone here, down here, to be a buyer. All the way down to 186 is where we'd be a buyer on BNB at this point in time. This is where we're looking to be a buyer. Between this 186 and 208, I'll be buying more BNB. ARB. ARB is, let's see where ARB is. Look at the 4-hour chart. ARB's trying to hold above dollar. I'm still targeting, this is kind of the one thing that I've not put a flyer on, but it doesn't really matter which crypto you really invest in. ARB, Magic, STX, SOL, well, they're all similar patterns. Well, Algo, some of them are similar patterns. Algo, Ape, Waves, they're all similar patterns. Well, Waves is a little bit different. CTSI. So I've chosen to deploy some capital to ARB. And one or two things are going to happen. It's either going to go to zero or it's going to go to $5 to $6. Then I'll start cashing out when it gets to $4.50 or so. Nothing's really super surprising out in the markets. It's just standard pullback, standard fare. Everything's standard. Nothing looks surprising. Oh, we'll look at the FX market. So let's look at the FX market. All right, let's go to Euro USD. It's really trying to hold that 4-hour. So Euro USD looks like it's shortable all the way up to this zone here for a momentum check down to here, maybe an RDA check, and then it's long below there. So it's short down to here, and then once it gets down to here, long up. GPG, British pound against the Japanese yen. That's holding strong. Daily is holding the momentum. It's bias and momentum long. So really, you're looking to be a buyer at this range. You got the weekly level here that it's playing around with at 182.599. But at this point in time, it looks like this 4-day level is key. So what I would probably be doing at this point in time, it does look like a little bit of an overextension. It's getting far. Typically it doesn't get this far from the RDA. You can see here last time it got from the RDA. So maybe there's a fade or reversion trade, 6%. Let's see another place where it got far from the RDA. 9%. Got pretty far down here. 9%. All right. So let's just go up to, well, so really here, GPG, JPY, GBP, British pound against Japanese yen. This trade looks really simple. Wait for it to get above this key level here and then start shorting it down to the RDA. So really scale in. I trade, so this is actually probably something I'm going to trade this week. I do trade Forex. I use no stop losses. So how would I trade this? Real simple. I would identify this a little bit more, do a little bit more technical analysis on it. And then as it gets up to this zone, I'd start scaling in with the expectation of a fade trade down to the RDA. No stop losses. I just keep scaling in until, well, I wouldn't keep scaling in. There would be a point where I would stop. It will all depend on kind of where it goes and what the news looks like this week. If we look at the 4-hour, it does look like it does want to maybe push through and maybe impulse up. So I'd be looking at the daily, and I'd be probably more on the upper side here is where I'd start scaling in. So I'd probably start scaling in right around here. That's what I'd be looking for. So that's definitely a trade we're looking for. A reversion trade back to the 4-day. We're using the 4-day there. So that's what I'd be looking for there. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else anybody wants me to take a look at? By the way, if you're new, if you're just joining, you want to join Discord down below. You'll see a link down below on TradingView. And wherever you're watching this in the description, there's a link. Just join Discord. That's the best place to follow along, follow what we're doing. One of the things we're working on is I'm working on Sierra chart. We're getting our Sierra chart book up and running. I guess I can show that here. So I'll share what our chart book currently looks like. So this is our current chart book right now. Let's go back to window and let's align this. So this is our current chart book. And we've got different resolutions. We're doing this one for 1080p 1920, which is what I'm streaming on right now. You can see the market is open. Some of the interesting things, I don't know why it's doing this, why it covers that up, but some of the interesting things that you can do with Sierra chart that is pretty nice. I'm in sim mode right now, so we could enter a trade, for instance. Let's buy the market. Let's buy 3. You see and then what we can do is we can put in trailing stops. What I really like about Sierra chart, you see I have 3 trailing stops that I just put in. I can move my trailing stops, and now it moves them and it updates them. It's really awesome. The other things that we've added here, which is pretty sweet, is you can see there's a control panel up above that has all your buy buttons, has your position buttons, has some of the options for some of your charting. What's pretty cool about this is that you can go here, and part of the chart book is that it's customized. We've customized some of the drawings as well. So why is that not deleting? So maybe I didn't draw it on that chart book. There we go. So for instance, we can take our Ray tool and we can do control setting 1, and we can put our strong level on chart 4. Put another strong level. Let's actually go here and find another strong level. So there's another strong level. And then what you can do is you can quickly change the tool to your weak levels. And now we have our weak level. So you could see over here it says strong level, the price, weak level, the price. And then we could put another weak level right here. The other thing we could do is we go to the golden time frame chart, chart 3 here. And let's say we want to put some levels there as well. We go to C3, and then we could put on our golden time frame levels. That way, when we're looking at any chart, we can say, okay, I know what that level is. It's earmarked. And then here, you can see here, oh, it's not easily drawing. There we go. See if we can draw this up. There we go. You can see here, now I've just drawn all my key levels. It's earmarked, it's already labeled. You see the price. That was really quick. Just push a couple buttons for settings. Works the same way for like a circle, for instance. You want to put a circle here. The circle has defined, and these are part of the chart book, something that you'll be able to download, and you'll have this same look and feel. At least that's what we're working on. The chart book will look the same. We're working on this trade panel here, these are called control bar. We're working on this control bar. Will be shipped with the actual chart book as well. That's what we're hoping. So it's really nice. I like it. So that's something we'll be releasing this week as well, the official chart book for RexDog trade system. Any other charts anybody wants me to look at? I think we've got the test up and going. I think we're pretty good. I wanted to test so I could stream tomorrow from this machine. That was the kind of the goal. And my ear is really bothering me, so as far as my side effects of my treatment, so it's starting to piss me off actually. It's like I get swimmer's ear, and then when I talk I can hear myself. It's just friggin' annoying. Anything anybody else wants me to take a look at? Otherwise, we're going to call it a day, or call it a night. We see the US CAD is holding the lower level. It is a momentum and bias short environment on the 4-day. Let's look at the daily. Obviously, you've got the RDA here. It already checked the RDA, so might want to trade it up there for a quick fade, the RDA. Other than that, I appreciate everybody that joined here. I know it's Sunday night in the middle of summer, but I did definitely wanted to check the actual stream so I could stream tomorrow when the market is open. That's the goal. Other than that, I hope everybody's having a great night. If there's no other questions, I'll allow for, or I'll give 2 minutes here for someone to ask a few more questions or any questions, and we'll kind of go from there. So nothing else really. Like I said, I could do my pre-market. It takes me 15 minutes to do pre-market. It's just the way it is. We could look at the SPY. Well, it's hitting our next target zone. Hit our first buy zone before. So we'll see. All right, so we'll call it. I think this was a successful test. Hope to see everybody tomorrow when we're streaming. We'll be streaming. I look to stream the market open, so I'll be looking to actually trade the open tomorrow. I'll be trading the futures market. Hope everybody's having a great summer, great end of the week. I'll see everybody tomorrow.